What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound. And the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. Links in the description below. Check them out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, I'm recording this video on November 18th, 2024. And that means we have roughly 30 days of Rebellion remaining. Now, it's kind of crazy and difficult to think back over this past year and how much has changed. I mean, it's truly been a transformative year for Splinterlands in so many ways. I mean, you go back to where we were a year ago, and, we finally got the launch. There was obviously a changeover in management. We finally got the launch of Land 1.5 as well as Rebellion, right? We were kind of like in the middle of the pre-sale for Rebellion at this point, and then Rebellion actually launched early December. We got the conflicts in January. We got, ranked updates and changes in March, and then reward changes in April, something like that, right? I mean, it's just been wild. Land in May, right? I'm just trying to hit through some of the highlights. That wasn't even my intention with this, but just to show how much has changed. Another big one was the Soulbound unlock, as well as the what's that called? The Wild Season Permit, right? Which is a big one for Wild and was in many ways the final nail in the coffin for a lot of the bot farms and bot armies that are out there. So, the thing is, here we are now rounding the corner to the end of the year. And Rebellion has now been out for 11 out of the 12 months-ish, right? It came out in December officially last year. It'll go to mid-December as of now, unless, of course, people buy lots of packs before then. But I believe the last sellout, burnout date is going to be December 18th. And I would say that despite everything that has happened, despite all of the changes, yes, some of them might be a one step back for two steps forward type of deal. But with all that, with all of the bullishness we've seen, with all the amount of money being spent in the game recently for Hall of Legends, as well as the auction promo card, it's a little shocking and a little disappointing to me to see that we are not higher in terms of our overall Rebellion circulating packs, right? So what is this, 911,000 that are open, 912 we'll just call it, and another 56,000 that are circulating. That puts us as like 968,500 packs, not even 1 million. And that, I just recently gave up on the dream where I was bullish that we could still hit something. Obviously, I was waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing. Bitcoin has done its thing, and that has not translated into Rebellion pack sales. If anything, it's translated into higher prices for the auction promo and maybe an overperformance of some of the different phases for the Hall of Legends cards. Now, okay, I'm part of the problem here, right? I'm part of the problem because I'm talking about, oh, well, nobody spent money on Rebellion. I'm going to raise my hand first and foremost. I have not gone in, and I've been very public about this. I've obviously gone back and forth and really just been thinking out loud through this channel on videos and in live streams about where my head is at for Rebellion. And, even now at this point, I'm still rolling the dice and not sure how the next couple of weeks are going to go. The next 30 days are going to go. Yes, I mean, the prices of cards are not getting any cheaper. We've gone through the end of conflicts. We've gone through a massive rise in Bitcoin, with Bitcoin essentially in price discovery mode now. And yet it's just not translating, even for someone like myself. So, the question becomes, well, what does this mean for the future of Rebellion, right? What does this mean for the future of the game? Well, the thing is, as we go into Conclave Arcana, again, I think Conclave Arcana has the ability to reset or restart the flywheel for us in many ways. If the same people that went in on Rebellion go into Conclave Arcana, and I do believe that that number is going to actually be larger, because I think people who went into Rebellion are probably feeling pretty good about the scarcity of their cards right now, and if they have the capital, or if they can acquire the capital, whether from gains or whether from whatever, I do believe that they're going to go heavy into that, as well as folks that might be in a similar situation to myself, where now I'm like, well, do I really want to buy two sets of cards? And if I'm going to buy one of those two sets, do I really want to buy the old one that's going to rotate into modern format? shouldn't I just kind of wait and see where things go? But obviously, I'm going to have to make a decision about that in the next 30 days, right? If I choose to buy them from the store, or obviously on the secondary market, they might still be cheaper. Although you can see the pack price on Hive Engine is a little unforgiving. You can get them for significantly cheaper, about 18% off the $4, which I don't know, that puts it between $320 and $350 somewhere. So it's obviously cheaper than buying it on the secondary market. But what this means is that I do believe we're going to enter into another period where it was like early 2022, Chaos Legion had just come out, and obviously it was very dominant. It was very dominant, not necessarily in power, although it was a very powerful set, but dominant in circulating supply, meaning that I didn't have to worry too much about Untamed at that time, because everybody else had Chaos Legion. So it's like I was kind of on equal footing with most other people. And only if you wanted to play in the upper echelons did you feel the need to like get some kind of help from Untamed, whether you rented cards or bought cards. But you know, we may be entering into a similar situation. And obviously there's a lot of hope that the new set, the momentum, the bull run can all bring in, and obviously the marketing can bring in newer players. And we get into a similar situation in early next year where maybe, just maybe, we see, Rebellion taking on that same role as Untamed. And I'm not even saying that in like, I'm actually trying to be the counter narrative here, right? Where having Rebellion is obviously great if you do, but how much does it hurt you if you don't? Now, what I mean by that, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, well, this is cope" or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I'm just trying to put out the counter narrative for food for thought. Again, I'm not saying any of this is actually going to happen, but it's like, well, in the same way that like I was able to survive and have a decent experience playing with only Chaos Legion cards during that time when Untamed was part of Modern. I mean, even afterwards, right, when Rebellion came in, will that potentially be the same case for this new set, which is like, okay, I didn't go heavy on Rebellion, but I'm going to go heavy on Conclave Arcana, and hopefully many others will also go heavy on Conclave Arcana. And sure, I may never be able to get onto the leaderboards, but will I have an enjoyable experience playing, and do I get to cut my costs in half and essentially future-proof my deck a little bit, or my collection, for Modern format, knowing that I'll have, 2 rounds of Modern format, or two cycles, we should say, with Conclave Arcana versus buying into Rebellion now? That's really the struggle, right? That's really the struggle of where this is at. Now, that's not to say that Rebellion cards will be completely irrelevant. I'm saying if you have them, they'll be nice, but it wouldn't take too much away from my experience. And again, I know this is all anecdotal. I'm just trying to give you my experience in when Chaos Legion came out. Now, that's not to say that I wasn't frustrated at times, or wish that I had a kitty or a Yoda or a llama at certain times. I absolutely did. But as we move forward, if Conclave Arcana is anything like Chaos Legion, and the thing is, it's very difficult to even say that, because obviously we're not going to be in a position where I think we're going to do 12 million packs. In fact, I think it's actually impossible for us to do 12 million packs, just because there's a 6.5 million limit. Now, yes, I know there's technically unlimited in terms of the starter cards, but those are only commons and rares. So your cards that might move the needle more, such as legendary, including the legendary summoners and epic cards, those are going to be limited to however many packs there are, right? Obviously, it's still probably going to play out similarly to Rebellion, or at least starting off. But on the whole, there will be a limit there. Obviously, I don't think it's going to get to Chaos Legion levels. If it does, what that will mean for SPS and the rest of the ecosystem is going to be phenomenal, because that's going to be a ton of people coming in and a skyrocketing SPS price. But there's not a prediction. I'm just saying that, all in all, I do believe that that's the route that we're headed in. So, we've done a lot of speculating on Rebellion. That's going to come to an end soon. Maybe you guys are tired of these videos. I know that I am a little bit, but we have 30 days left. And so that's kind of just the last announcement here for that final 30 days. I'll be watching this closely, obviously, as we go along, but it's just like a couple thousand packs this week, a couple thousand packs the week before. It's been nothing crazy. If things do pick up, that could make things very interesting. And as I've said before, anything that goes towards locking up 2 billion DEC in the DAO, so we're still another billion short, anything that goes towards that is obviously going to help spur the flywheel, in my opinion. But most of that, I believe, is going to be saved for the Hall of Legends, as well as Conclave Arcana, maybe land, although I talked about the minimal impact for land in a different video the other day. So, I'm curious. I'm excited. I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time,
there's that saying of history doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. And in many ways, I'm looking at this situation as something similar, where it's like, okay, we are going to have an Untamed 2.0 and in many ways a Chaos Legion 2.0 if this set is going to be the one in print during the majority of the bull run. So exciting times ahead regardless, but if you want to have that edge, if you want to be at the top of the leaderboard or competitive, Rebellion might be the way to go. And you have now 30 days, well, probably by the time you watch this, less than 30 days to buy your packs. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are you excited about for the next turn of Modern format? Very curious to hear your opinions, but that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.